This is Oberammergau, an idyllic mountain town in Bavaria, located an hour south of Munich and 20 minutes from Garmisch. It's famous for an astonishing tale of commitment to both religion and theatre.
376 years ago, this church graveyard was the site of a play that has inspired millions. It all started with a vow that villagers made to God, saying they put on a play showing the life, death and suffering of Jesus if they were spared from the bubonic plague.
This year, Oberammergau's Passion play will be performed for the 41st time, and director Christian Stuckel is held in high regard by cast and crew alike.
He's very rooted in this village, and I know him since I was like this size, and he's a bit crazy. He just lives for these plays. He goes into it with such a power. It's impressive. I think it's really impressive.
The passion plays are part of me. In the age of 7 years, I go with my grandfather, with my father, every day in the theatre. In the age of 15 years, I built my own theatre group. I start to direct small plays. Then with 16, I say I want to be the director of the play. I couldn't say why. I like the play. I love the play. The play is a part of my life.
500,000 people will flock to see the play this summer, with up to 40,000 expected from the UK alone. 2,000 actors take part, with up to 1,000 on stage at any one time, and that doesn't take into account the army of people behind the scenes organising, building sets and hand-making costumes, all of whom had to either have been born or lived in the town for 20 years. By the time the play opens in May, the open-air stage is the perfect setting for the performance, but spare a thought for the actors whose rehearsals take place throughout the preceding winter.
The audience is undercover, but what we have here is an open-air stage, so we now are in beginning of March, and it's snowing and freezing, but the people know it's the Passion play, and in every 10 years they do a lot to be part of it, and they also accept the cold temperatures here in the theatre.
As a child in Oberammergau, you grow up with a Passion play. For me, it was a great experience. This year I play Mary Magdalene. For me, it's a great honor. I've never had such a big role. She's a very strong person. She's not like only the weeping woman like the others. So she's very strong and brave.
It is something that I think no one's prepared for who hasn't seen it. I came for the first time in 2000 and I saw it, and I must say I'd read something about it before, but I must say when you actually go through a 5-hour show, which really is a lot of emotion from the individual players. You have an orchestra, you have 2.5 hours of classical music.
The music and the whole play, it's really amazing. Now it's 5.5 hours full of dramatic and full of variation in scenes. It's a lot of very powerful pictures, and I think it's really worth to see it. We have one scene in which we now involve Hebraic language, and that's very, very difficult for them, but we try it and I think we get it.
One of the quirkier elements to the Passion play is that for a year before it starts, all the casts grow their hair and beards. No wigs are used.
And it's just a symbol of getting together and getting closer, and also a symbol for, yeah, next year we have Passion play, and it's just part of it.
Well, the vow was in 1633 that the Passion play will be performed every 10 years. So it is 2010, it's on the full decade, and the next one will not be until 2020. And the next Jubilee play is even longer away, because that would be the 400th anniversary, which will not take place until 2034. So I believe if you want to see it and you want to be sure you have an opportunity, make sure you get the last tickets now.
There's no escaping the Passion Play here in Oberammergau. The villagers talk about their lives in relation to the performances. However, everyone I've spoken to has said the same thing. You do not have to be religious to enjoy it. This is all about theatre on a massive scale. But what makes this area all the more special is there's still so much more to see and do.
When you're here, you will of course have the opportunity to see the beautiful houses, the painted houses, the frescoes, and on most of the houses in the village. You will be able to go to Linderhof Castle, which is one of Mad King Ludwig's castles, actually the only one he's ever lived in. You have the chance to go to Monastery Ettal, which is a Benedictine abbey from 1330, and of course the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Wieskirche, which is only about half an hour's drive away.
Oberammergau's Passion Play has everything you'd want from theatre. It's entertaining yet emotive. The music gives you goosebumps and you can't fault the actor's dedication. But where it differs from many other theatre productions is this happens just once every 10 years.